Should we go to the phone lines? Oh, I've got bad news for you, by the way, gang. We were hoping to speak to former heavyweight champion of the world, Tim Witherspoon, but sadly we can't this afternoon now. Things have happened. I can't go into it. Legally, I can't tell you, but all you need to know is that we haven't got him. So, I'll tell you what we'll do. So, two things. Either me and Benty will talk about boxing in that section, or if your name is Tim Witherspoon and you're not him, or if your name's like Jim Witherspoon, right? Or your name's Tim with a knife.
Or Sean Witherspoon. I wouldn't mind speaking to him, Sean Witherspoon.
Okay, so if your name sounds like Tim Witherspoon and you know a bit about boxing and you want to be our guest, so I can say it quickly, like, join us now, it's Jim Witherspoon, like that. And people go, did he say Jim or Tim? It doesn't matter. If we can get away with it, we'll talk to you. You can be our boxing expert if your name sounds like Tim Witherspoon, okay? 08717 223344. I hope that happens, by the way. I hope someone called Jim Witherspoon phones up. In the meantime, we're talking about Raheem Sterling, 08717 223344. Hello, Luke, you Liverpool fan, you?
Hello, mate. By the way, I'm sort of painting around the driveway, so I'm Luke with a brush, if that counts.
Luke with a brush. Stay where you are. We might call you in 10 minutes. If that's not Luke better, we will come back to Luke with a brush, okay?
Right, okay. So, I've got to say, guys, fair play to you. I mean, I know, Andy, you're a bit of a wind-up merchant being a Man United fan, but I was tempted to ring up because you're missing a point here, a very valid point about Sterling, right? The simple fact with him is the reason I don't think he's world-class is you've got to bear in mind two things, okay? One, he plays for Man City. If I was up front for Man City and I can't play football, I'd probably get chances. That's point one, yeah?
Well, hold on.
Yeah, but Kevin De Bruyne plays for Man City. He's world class.
Is Aguero not world class when he was there?
No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. No, but my point is that he is getting loads and loads of chances created by the likes of De Bruyne, etc. I mean, it's not all on goals. But the other thing is, compared to England greats of the past, we are notoriously drawn in very easy groups where we are playing minnows, like, and
Andorra,
San
Marino,
like that. San Marino, where we're going to get 4 or 5. Whereas if you go back many moons, admittedly, I mean, I've been following England for about 50 years. If you go back many moons, they were playing harder teams in harder groups.
What, like Luxembourg when we beat them 8-0 in the 80s?
All right, yeah, well, I get that. And you can go back, yeah. But my point is, Andy, you can pick that. Would you agree that England get normally very easy groups?
I would. But look, there are 10 other players, or 9, because you can't count the goalkeeper, that have the same opportunity that don't hit the numbers that Sterling does.
What, who play on the wing? Go on then. Who plays on the wing?
Throughout the years.
Sterling.
I mean, he's 3 goals off scoring 100 Premier League goals. There's not many wide players that get in that club, let alone anyone.
Right, so you think, I mean, look, I'm not always Harry Kane's biggest advocate, but I have to say Kane is real class, and he plays for Spurs, which, let's be honest, are not the greatest, most creative team in the world.
Would you say Harry Kane's world class?
I would, yes, but he's certainly a world class finisher. There's no doubt.
But what about when he scores goals against smaller countries? Is that okay?
Well, that's not the argument, is it?
It is. Part of your argument for Raheem Sterling scoring a lot of goals is because he does it against small countries.
Minnows, I think he said.
But doesn't Harry Kane do that?
Yes, you ask me a question, I'll answer it. It's quite simple. You're right. Harry Kane is world class, partly because of what he also does at Spurs. But I totally agree. Why do you think Harry Kane is breaking goal scoring records? Because he's taking the penalties, because he's always on the team sheet, and because we play a lot of minnows.
And you missed one very important point out. Because he's world class, Luke.
Right, so you don't think he'd get the goals as well, a lot of goals playing up front for England, even if he weren't world class?
Oh, so basically what you're saying because for someone like Harry Kane playing up front for England, where they're going to create a lot of opportunities against these lesser so-called sides, you could put maybe a striker up there with less quality and he'd still get the same amount of goals.
I'm not saying he'd get as many, Darren, but he'd get a lot.
He scored 41 international goals in 64 games. I mean,
I would love a breakdown of his goals.
There's only, I think, 5 other players ever that have scored more than him.
Right. Benty's just made the valid point, if you heard him then, Andy. If you hear what Darren... Sorry, can I call you Benty?
Darren, please. No, joking. Yes, fine.
Okay.
Mr. B. No, Benty's fine. Benty's fine.
Yeah, but at least you took a reason. You've just said that let's see the breakdown of the teams. Now, I will bet you, if you took, let's say, the top... I don't know, what we'd regard as the top sort of 18, people like Germany, Spain, France, Portugal, etc., right? I will bet you that his percentage of scoring against them is not as... England haven't played them that many times in that 64 games.
If you score against one of the big heads like Germany, is that good?
I would say it's harder to score against Germany than...
Did Sterling not do that?
Well, yeah, so did others. So did Michael Owen, Heskey, and all the rest of it. As a Liverpool fan going back, you probably remember that, Andy, because it was one of the
I want to see a breakdown of Harry Kane's goals.
Luke, I don't get your argument.
He's basically saying that
it.
England create a lot of chances, Manchester City create a lot of chances, and that you don't necessarily have to be world class up the top end of the pitch to score that many goals because they create so many.
Let me ask you this question, Luke. Right? So he's scored Raheem Sterling. He scored 97 Premier League goals playing out wide, right?
Yep.
For Man City. He's 8 goals off being England's all-time scorer in the Champions League, okay?
Yep.
All time.
Yeah. He started young, didn't he? And he's played for Man City for years, who are arguably... I'm a Liverpool fan.
Wayne Rooney started at 16. He's in line to have more goals in the Champions League than Wayne Rooney.
And who's played more games in the Champions League?
I don't understand why you can't give Raheem Sterling credit.
No, but listen,
I'm not. No, you're not. I'm not saying he's not a good player, but when you're saying he's breaking record after record, you have to put it into context. Would Raheem Sterling, right? He's brilliant, right? Andy, that's what you're saying. If he played for, let's say Poland, I won't even use something like Andorra. Right. If he played for Poland, would he get the amount of goals he's got now? No.
Do you think Harry Kane would?
I don't get this argument, Luke.
Luke,
I don't get the argument. Would Aguero, if he played for Andorra, score as many goals as he's got?
No.
Well, so I don't get your argument then. If you take a great player out of a good team and put him in a worse team, obviously he's going to get less chances. But that doesn't determine he's world class or not. He doesn't become a bad player, does he?
Well, I'm saying Aguero won't get as many, but he'd probably be like Lewandowski, who plays in a fairly average or poor Polish side, but he seems to get a lot.
He has got a lot of goals for Poland.
Exactly.
I think he's got 60.
He will be playing against teams like England. I know there's other easy, like he's in the same group as Andorra, but in general, they will be drawn against harder teams. What I'm saying, Andy, you've got to look. If you said to me, right, Raheem Sterling's got 97 goals, and let's say, I don't know, 60% of those were against Man United, Liverpool,
Arsenal.
No, I was just sorry, I can't use Arsenal anymore.
Tottenham, Leicester.
Yeah, I mean, but if they were against teams like that on the big occasion and stuff like that, but Benty again hit the nail on the head. Would you? Right.
Sorry, just going back to Lewandowski. Sorry,
just one thing.
He's 7 years older. Lewandowski's 7 years older.
Right.
Well, you can't. So what you're saying is there a player that plays for England or plays for Man City, right? That you do commend, because if you going by what you're saying, if you can't pat Raheem Sterling on the back, you can't pat any of his teammates at club or country level because they're all in exactly the same boat.
Well, of course they're not. Of course they're not. What about De Bruyne, who is actually the one who does the creating for him? Nobody's creating particularly for De Bruyne, so to speak. I mean, they are, but, so you can pat all.
I don't get the argument. I don't get the argument. Do you know what? I thought we were going to have Luke with a brush, but I'd rather not have...
I kind of get it what you're saying.
Listen, one last thing if I may. Right.
Go on, of course you can.
Here's a simple analogy for you, right? Yeah. Through on goal in the last minute, not a penalty, through on goal, because I think we'd agree, if it was a penalty, you'd put money on Kane rather than Sterling. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Through on goal, because Bentley said this about finishing.
Bearing in mind, Raheem Sterling's not a centre forward, but go on, carry on.
No, listen. You're through on goal, and you cannot. Okay, you can improve your finishing, and actually, I think he has done.
Yeah, but he's not.
You're
but go on.
talking about a world-class finisher of getting all the goals, Andy.
No. Hold on. If you heard the beginning of the argument, Luke, we both said he's not world-class. He's just below it. But carry on.
Oh, did you? Sorry, Andy. I thought when you were eulogising about how he's got all the records, I thought. So you don't put him as world-class? Then?
No, neither of us do. We said he's just below it.
So he's a non-world-class player getting all the records. No, so surely then, if it was a world-class player playing in that position, they'd get more goals, by your definition.
Quite there, Andy.
No, I don't know what you're talking about, Luke.
Andy's looking at me.
Luke, I never thought I'd say this, but can you go back to painting your driveway? Oh, he's gone. Luke's gone. I didn't understand that.
I think basically what he's trying to say is
don't try and tell me what he's trying to say.
But I think what he's trying to say in terms of the Sterling argument. Maybe I don't understand about the Kane, but the Sterling is what he's saying is you don't necessarily have to be a top draw player to maybe get them records because you're playing for England, say against Andorra and teams like that. And when you're at Manchester City, you've got the ball like 80% of the time.
Doesn't matter. There are other players in the Man City shirt that don't have his numbers. There are other players in the
I'm
England
with you,
shirt
but that's what he's trying to say.